Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. One half of it, myself, Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime, the 6 foot and under, post-up champ. Tell them who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy, Uncle Hayes, the other A in AA Sports, coming to you live on a Tuesday. We here to do what we do. I'm wearing this Braves hat because we lost last night, but it's all good. We were playing with house money. What's good, big homie?
Oh, man, I can't call it. You see, did you see they put my boys off for prime time?
Oh, they took y'all off Monday?
Well, no, not this Monday. They needed to, but they didn't. The Rams, we supposed to play host the Rams in a couple of weeks on Sunday night prime time. And I think the flex scheduling would just be they can just start doing it around that time. So, hey, I ain't mad at them. Good choice. Don't let the Rams beat our ass on national TV.
Hey, you know, the way Green Bay been bullshitting, where's that game at? Is it in Green Bay?
It's in Green Bay.
Okay, well.
Green Bay. We'll see. Maybe Sherman come back this week. He practiced a little bit last week, so we'll see how he go this week. Maybe he can come in and help the secondary out a little bit. Last week it was C.J. Beathard and company turning the ball over a lot from what I saw, but we'll get into that, man.
Yeah.
We didn't act like we going into the show already. We ain't did an intro or nothing. What's up, good people?
Go to work. That's all.
We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Those of you guys that watch us on the YouTube channel, continue to watch, hit that subscribe button. And then those of you guys that watch and listen to us on the listen to us on Breaker and iTunes platforms, continue to do so. And make sure you share those episodes, spread the love. All right, so we are going to get before we get into the Week 5 scores and recap, go over a few games. As y'all know, we always start off open bar with a little something called Something Like the News. Hey, what kind of crazy ass stories you got for us this week?
I got a few. I actually did my homework today.
Okay, good. Somebody did, because I damn sure didn't.
Well, you know, I've been BSing the last 2 weeks. You've been holding me down, so I got a few. I want to give an L to a teacher in Minnesota by the name of Mark Zuckick. Well, he came out with a tweet the other day, said, "Who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh?"
Oh, wow.
Good way to lose your job, dumbass. They got him on administrative leave. Y'all going to learn to stop hitting send on everything. Just because you think it don't mean you got to tweet it. It really don't. You a teacher, homie. Not a good move.
Administrative leave is probably the least of his worries. You threaten, what is he, a senator, right? No, she's Supreme Court justice now.
Supreme Court judge.
Yeah, you threaten somebody like that, I'm surprised Secret Service or somebody went at his doorstep.
Then just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Dumbass.
Yeah,
feel how you feel, but you ain't got to.
Yeah, they make the people to threaten, not in an open forum in public like that. I mean, come on, stupid.
No, not at all. I got another L for the people. We try not to make it about race with certain stuff, but sometimes it just is what it is. A tiger mauled a dude in China today. And
Why am I
know damn well there wasn't no bruh. I know there wasn't no bruh in that cage with no tiger, cause I know.
Hey. I don't know, dog. I just seen a lot of people on the gram flexing in Thailand and these other countries, man, posing with these tigers. Hey, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I would. Though the percentage or the ratio is probably like 20% chance it's us.
Y'all can't be mad when tigers go tiger. That's what they supposed to do. If he attacks you when you go in his cage, that's on you. So I hate to see somebody killed, but you can't just throw the food in the cage. You can't tranquilize them first. Something.
I wonder if it was, because some of the time they train these animals to a degree where they feel a comfort level with them.
I
And,
wouldn't trust that shit.
you go in that cage 100 times and he don't fuck with you. You think everything cool. Time 1-on-1, he just know what. I'm tired of this motherfucker coming in here all the time, unannounced, whenever he want to. I'm chilling, and then like you said, the tiger go tiger.
Hey, what's them famous dudes out in Vegas who had that show, Siegfried and Roy? That tiger probably chance 1-on-1. That tiger went tiger on him.
Perfect example. They've been doing that shit for how many years? That tiger fucked them up. That time.
Tough break.
Enough
All right,
is
this L goes out to McDonald's. I'm about to go on a rant with this one. I don't even really eat McDonald's like that, but they said by the year 2022, cheeseburgers will not be in the Happy Meal.
the fuck out of here.
These kids can't have shit. They can't even have cheese on it, just straight a hamburger and nuggets. Man, you remember we was little? That was pretty big to get a cheeseburger Happy Meal.
Hell yeah.
I mean, these kids can't have shit nowadays. It's terrible to be a kid. You can't trick or treat. No cheeseburgers in the Happy Meals. They putting bottled water in the Happy Meals. Damn.
Man, everything is on a health kick, man. Everything is on the health kick, man. It's like you said, it's whack because we ain't used to that. But
kids can't have nothing.
Hey man, we go to Five Guys or somewhere else to get a burger.
Yeah. They said the burgers will be 600 calories or less by June of this year.
Oh hell no.
Man, there ain't gonna be no taste of no Happy Meal. And you know who probably gonna tweet this shit and say we got y'all? Wendy. They are the biggest trolls on Twitter with this fast food war. They're the biggest trolls.
Yep.
Let me give another L out to Megan George. She is 41 years old, a Pennsylvania native. She was on a cruise ship and decided to take her weed with her. They caught her. They detained her.
At the airport?
Nah, they actually caught her. She got it on the boat. But when they docked and she tried to get back on, they searched her room for some reason, found all kind of weed. She had to pay a $4,000 fine, plead guilty to 4 counts of drug possession, and apologize to the court. And they wanted their bread before she left. No probation, none of that bullshit. We need our bread right now.
Oh, they was in another country?
Oh, yeah. She got caught up in Bermuda. Tough break. You don't take weed on no boat. You find somebody.
I think I've heard about Bermuda being notorious for shit like that. They make you run that shit right then and there.
Yeah. Man, one day I'll tell y'all a story, but we ain't got time for that today.
I wonder what would have happened if it had been somebody who ain't have 4 racks.
Hey.
Locked up abroad.
That is not the go. You do not want that shit to happen there. All right. Let me give another L out to this lady, and this one's close to home. Did you read about this lady in Cobb County who followed this brother?
No, tell me a little bit more. Maybe I did. Maybe.
No, this is some more that police calling Becky shit. Okay, a young lady saw this black dude at the Cobb County Walmart off Cobb Parkway. He was with 2 little white kids, and she thinks something's wrong, so she follows him. They're eating at Subway. She follows them from Walmart to his house, calls the folks because she's concerned something's wrong with the kids. Old boy is a babysitter and he runs an after-school program. The folks show up. He did the right thing. He records the whole situation.
Oh, okay.
Why are you recording me? He was like, the kids are like, he's our after-school teacher. He's our babysitter. There's nothing wrong. We went to open air and we went to Subway.
Yeah.
Man, y'all gonna stop calling the folks on us for that bullshit, man.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy that you got people
the time to follow somebody to their house. Really?
And she risks getting shot doing dumb shit like that.
Right. Terrible, man. 2018. Shout out to that brother though. He had himself together. He had that camera phone on. He got him. All right, my last story. This gentleman named Zachary Burdick. He's 21 years old. He ingested some methamphetamine and got a charge for criminal mischief. Let me tell you what he did, though. Zachary was on the grounds of a Roman Catholic church, handing out Mormon paperwork, telling people, God bless you. Well, that wasn't working out, so Zachary decided he was going to strip butt naked and jump into the fountain of holy water and cleanse himself. Hey,
Bruh.
man.
Bruh.
The folks said that the church, they said they got to drain the fountain and bless it again.
Bruh.
Right? Crazy shit.
Man, come on. What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Man, it's, I said that was my last story, but I got one more. This is a PSA for Atlanta. Can y'all stop shooting every night, please?
Nah, they busting, dog.
I mean, can
They
we please stop shooting every night, everywhere? Can we stop? I mean,
Yes.
it's getting out of hand.
And it's like it's not just on one side of town. It's
everywhere.
Everywhere. Like you said, every night, 2 people, 3 people.
Dude got shot at Kroger last night. You can't even go get groceries? They shooting at Kroger?
Hey, man. Like you said, it's crazy.
Atlanta's off the hook, people. I mean, I know everybody want to move here, but Atlanta's off the hook. We're just telling you.
We're full.
Yeah, we're full.
We're full as fuck. It's boring here. Don't do it.
Please. That's all I got, big dog. You got anything?
Yeah, man. I got I do have one story.
That's cool.
Mr. Willie Townsend.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Willie Townsend is a youth pastor at a church out in East Point. I'm sorry, at East Point.
Okay.
All right. William's day job is apartment manager.
Oh, I read about him.
Complex.
Yeah.
And homeboy was stealing the rent money in the sum of 20 racks from the apartment complex. People's rent ain't posted.
Felony.
Yeah. So Willie, the youth pastor, is sitting his ass up in Fulton County Jail right now, stealing the damn apartment. He didn't think he was gonna get caught.
Yeah, that's not a good move, Willie. I mean, you ain't posting people's rent. If you're gonna finesse, you gotta cover your back end. You ain't even cover your back end. You got people getting evicted. And if you've learned anything from Cam Newton's daddy, you tied to the church. Run the bread through the church. They would have never found it. Never. They showed you the way.
They never found that 100 rack. It was 100,000 they claim.
Somewhere around there. Best money Auburn spent. They ain't won shit since.
I know, right?
All right,
but that's
you ready to go to work?
I ain't do my homework, so that's all I had. But
good
entertaining stories right there. We appreciate that. Uncle Hate. All right, let's get into these week 5 recaps and run down these scores right quick. Let's get to business. First up, we had the Thursday game. The Colts losing to the Patriots 38-24. Actually, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank from what happened in that game.
That was closer than that score. They just messed it up later on in the game, but they had kind of put a scare in New England because they was hunting them. Yeah,
because Andrew Luck was doing this comeback thing,
right?
But it fell short. Julian Edelman was back in that game. He was back. That was his first game back. So, Sony Michel had a good game. I think he had over 100 yards in that game, right?
He did. So,
New England back on track with they 3-2 now, tied with Miami for the division lead. So, we'll see if they separate themselves coming up in the next few weeks.
They got a big game on Sunday. We're gonna talk about that on Thursday, though.
They sure do. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills pulling out another win, 13-12 over the Tennessee Titans. Now, how the hell the Titans beat the world champions in 1 week and then turn around this week and lose to Buffalo?
I've been drinking, but I'm so coherent when I say this. I don't like Marcus Mariota. I don't. I don't. I would not pay him. I would not re-sign him. If they put $100 million in him, because that's the going rate, we're talking about inconsistency. 12 points. Now, truth be told, I will give him this. I can't take this from him. He threw the game-winning touchdown. Old boy just dropped it. I don't know who that slot receiver is, and normally those small white slot receivers, they catch everything. He didn't catch that ball, so I can't take that from him. But I just don't like Mariota. I just really don't.
Because he was it was him and Jameis that came in together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're gonna have decisions to make in them cities.
Right. So I'm starting to think if it's gonna come to a point where they pay them, but not $100 million, maybe something like 80. some Case Keenum type money or Alex Smith
That's
type money.
reasonable.
Just to re-up if you don't have a better option out there. And as we look around the league, it ain't many options out there.
Ain't no options out there.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tyrod will probably be back on the market. I don't know what the Saints going to do with Bridgewater.
I think they're going to keep him there.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have that middle kind of just all right kind of guy. He may get hot one a game or two, but you're going to have some games where he look like shit. That's what's all that's really out there. So,
have we ever seen a draft class where the first two quarterbacks were this inconsistent? Now, Jameis could catch fire these next few weeks, but
yeah. I think he started to get actually a little bit better last year, but he's had so many years that weren't so good that you want to see it more before you kind of give him credit for turning the corner, so to speak.
Right.
If you've been in the league 4 years and really only like maybe 1.5 of them have been good,
right?
Then you can understand why people got questions and why you ain't got your money yet. So
absolutely,
we'll see how it go. We had the Cincinnati Bengals coming back from like 14-17, right? Beating Miami 27-17. The Bengals are 4-1.
Bro, they 4-1, and I was ready to barbecue them this week. At home, losing like that to Miami.
Yeah.
I was ready to come in here today like it's the same old Bengals, that same shit. But they pulled it out.
Ain't that something? Overtime.
Burfict back this week. No, they got Burfict back last week, right?
Yeah, he came back. He should have been back last week. I didn't watch that game.
Yeah.
So I didn't see who was in or out, but yeah, he should have been back last week. I think the only person coming off a 4-game suspension who didn't come back last week was Thomas Davis, because y'all already had a bye, so y'all haven't played y'all 4th game until last week.
Yeah, him and I remember from the Sunday night game, old boy with Dallas, he said he wasn't ready yet. What's that edge rusher? DeMarcus Lawrence.
You got Lawrence, you got Gregory.
Gregory's there, but whoever got the 4 games with Dallas, he told him he wasn't ready yet. He took last week off. He could have played, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All right. Next up, Cleveland Browns getting their 2nd win of the year, beating the Ravens 12-9 in overtime. This is why I can't fuck with the Ravens, man. They fuck me up every single week when I don't pick
the game. At some point we got to give it to Cleveland. You know, they're not a good team per se, but it's hard going in there beating them. And with Flacco being Flacco, I felt like they had a chance to lose this game. And they had a whole lot of chances to win it. That boy Crab dropped a whole lot of balls in that game, and it's not balls he normally drops.
I heard.
But, they got it done.
It's always hard to go into Cleveland, and now they are a better team this year. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I expect the Ravens to put up more than 9 points, 3 field goals.
Right.
Yeah, I expect more than that. So
absolutely.
Up and down Ravens as usual. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we had the Detroit Lions winning 31-23 over Green Bay. Another. What's that?
Bro, I wouldn't let Mason Crosby ride home with us.
Oh, I'm about to say we go. Yeah, he missed 5 field goals, 4 field goals and an extra point, right?
Bruh. He'd had to catch that commercial flight. I'm sorry.
You already know. You can't ride the bus back. We're going to get into that game.
One job.
We're going to get into that game. Next up, we had was supposed to be probably the game of the week, at least in my opinion. I thought it was going to be with Kansas City beating the brakes off Jacksonville 30-14.
I feel okay about taking that L in the picks because Mahomes showed me something in that game. That team is legit, man. It ain't the Alex Smith Chiefs. I say that much.
No, not at all. We'll get in. We're gonna break that game down. We had the Jets, Sam Darnold and company, winning 34-16 over the Broncos. I think Isaiah Crowell is still running, right? He had over 200. It was crazy. He had over 200
and I
yards.
wanted to take the Jets in that game because Denver flying east, it felt like an L. But I figured, Vaughn and them could pull it together. That's a rookie quarterback. They got their ass kicked, man.
Another inconsistent team. But it's a lot of teams like that right now around that
Yes,
2-3, 3-2 stage. So they
Yep.
all in the same kind of boat. It's like maybe this first month was preseason. I think you said, did you say that last week? That maybe the
Yeah.
first month is treated kind of like a preseason, and then before they really get going.
Yeah,
So
half the starters didn't play. So
exactly. So all that. Let's cut the preseason down to 2 games. Nah, bro.
yes, sir.
That means we'll have trash football until November.
Oh, that's not a good look.
No, not at all. Next up, keeping it moving. Another game we're gonna break down here in a moment, but the Pittsburgh Steelers won 41-17 over the Falcons. We had your Carolina Panthers pulling one out at the last motherfucker, 33-31 over the Giants. Did you think Ryan Graham Gano had any chance to make that field goal?
Nope.
I didn't think so. You keeping it 100?
Nope. You know what I was more concerned with? I was more concerned I was gonna have to do an Instagram video saying the homie Chewy, shout out to that boy Mike, was right, because that was the bet. See, real men don't make money bets. I just want to be right. Me and the homie bet. You gotta do an Instagram video saying I was right, you was wrong. Did you catch his video? It's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's all I want. Just say I'm right. I don't need your money. Just say I'm right. I was more concerned about that, but no, I didn't believe 63 yards. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I was I was surprised that y'all let them get back in the game the way they did. I wasn't watching it, I'm just kind of following the score. And I thought it was
11 in the fourth. You're not supposed to let them back. We was up 11 in the fourth.
Right. So, but hey, it's the NFL. You got to play all 60 of them things. So,
Mm-hmm.
y'all pull one out there. Good win.
Yes, sir.
Could be a defining moment in the season.
We needed that.
Because it was one you were supposed to lose, really.
Yep.
So now you maybe a springboard you go on a run. Next up, LA Chargers beating the Oakland Raiders 26-10. I don't have anything on that game.
Nothing.
Not like at all. Pretty much what I expected.
Maybe they'll be good when they go to Vegas in a couple of years. Maybe.
It's gonna be lit, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
If nothing else, it's gonna be lit, and they're gonna sell some merch.
Yes, sir.
Next up, we have the Vikings winning 23-21 in Philly. Philly's got some issues and some problems.
We're going to talk about them in a minute.
We'll talk about them right here in a second. My 49ers losing at home 28-18 over the Arizona Cardinals. Remember, I told y'all last week if we lost to the Cardinals, that is pretty much a wrap. And it's pretty much a wrap. So we're going for that number 1 pick.
Have you been scouting the number 1 pick so far?
I need to get into it. So far, it's these 2 defensive ends, Bosa and the boy from I can't think of his name right now, but he goes to, I think, Houston. Okay. Monster. Motherfucking monster. He are the 2. Those are the 2 that are high on, the experts or what have you. They draft boards.
Gotcha.
This class so far, I think what I'm looking at, ain't too many quarterbacks in this class. Now that always.
I have a legit question to ask you. A legit one.
Okay. All right.
How much better is Jimmy G than Beathard?
No, he's much better than Beathard.
But Beathard doesn't suck though. I mean, he's a serviceable starting quarterback. Am I just looking at the yards and I'm not looking at the whole picture?
Oh yeah. If you're not watching the games, no.
Okay.
The numbers aren't going to tell the story, especially when we're not able to run the ball right now because the running back's been hurt. So
okay.
Nah, trust me. Trust me. Let's see. Look at the record before Jimmy got there last year. We were 1-10, 1-11.
That's right. He did have pretty much that whole year to himself, basically.
Yeah, I think Brian Hoyer started the first game, 2 games, and then it was a quick switch, and we won 1 game to beat the Giants, and then that was it until Jimmy came. So.
Now, I'm not saying it's a controversy or nothing, but I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, okay, he doesn't suck.
I mean, he as Ruben Foster said, he ain't no Rudy Poo, but he's lacking in some things. But he's a rookie. He went to Iowa, so he's not coming from a big, strong passing kind of background really anyway.
Gotcha.
So he got some football pedigree. One of his family members actually played for us or had some kind of ties to the team, I think, at one point.
Gotcha.
So anyway, moving on. Talking too much about a 1-4 squad, but it's my squad, so it's all good. Next up, The Rams 33-31, a squeaker over the Seahawks. I didn't expect that game to be that close, but hey, Seattle showed some fight.
They got some fight up there. I felt like they should have won this game, but just didn't work out. But hey, Rams are 5-0. That's all that matters.
Pretty much. Next up, the Sunday night game.
I got so much on that game, boy.
Yeah, we're gonna just go right on into that game here in a minute because the Texans winning 19-16 over the Cowboys. Last night, Drew Brees night. I'm sorry, the Saints beating.
Yeah, that's all. You right now. Say it like you said it. That's right. Drew Brees night.
Right, 43-19 over the Washington Redskins.
You know what that game was? That you remember a couple years ago when Atlanta went into New Orleans after Katrina?
Yeah,
that was the same thing. They had no shot. Drew Brees night, that shit was over with before they even flipped the coin. It was a wrap.
Now, I think though, if this had been a better team playing the Saints, that it would have been it could have been a different story. But yeah, Washington.
I am so baffled. I started to tweet this last night, but I said, let me just see what happens. I am so baffled how these Washington players and the executives keep saying, you know, Alex Smith's going to take us to the next level. Alex Smith is not better than Kirk Cousins. He's not. He's just not. Stop it. Do they hate Kirk that much, man?
I mean, it's like they still trying to justify the move. You know, it's like it was a lateral move, more or less. You know, but
I think the upside is a little bit.
Maybe now Kirk got a bigger upside. You're right. Kirk got a bigger upside.
Not much. Yeah. You know?
I guess I'm just looking at the end result. You know?
Yeah.
No playoffs.
No, not at all. So
or maybe one and done. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, they might sneak in at 9-7 because ain't nobody running away with the East. But you know.
But all right. So let's get into this first game. The Eagles and the Vikings.
You know, people always talk about that Super Bowl hangover. It's pretty real. It's real.
Especially when not only is it real, but especially when you have your quarterback and your number one receiver not really into the games until week 4?
Yeah, they was wearing red jerseys since March.
You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't help. You have no run game.
None. And it got worse.
Your secondary is getting shredded. So they got some issues in Philly. They're gonna have to grind this one out because, like you said, nobody running away with the East.
No.
But in this game right here, I mean, the Vikings did their job. Kirk was pretty efficient, 30-37, 300 yards. But
you know what? That was kind of like another Diego and Hate reference. That was more of those Chris Webber quiet numbers. Like that's a big game. It looks like, but did it feel like he balled in that game to you?
I mean, because the Vikings defense actually came to work this week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They had they had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Big boy ran it back. So I want to say they created another turnover. And right there inside the 5-yard line when Ajayi fumbled.
Right.
You know, so the defense came up big this week. Because you're right. I mean, if you look, their run game, they can't run the ball right now. They don't have anybody to do it. So.
Can y'all please stop saying that Dalvin Cook is probable? You know, he's practicing. Stop. Just stop, man.
Has he played 6 games?
I don't think so.
In his career?
Well, you know what? Didn't he play last year, son?
Yeah, but he tore his ACL early, right? Like the second game? First game?
You know what? It might be about 6 games total. You're right. Because he got hurt early.
Well, how many? He's only played, 2 this year, right?
2 around about 2.
He probably ain't played 5 games in his career.
Hey, man. Shout out to Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. If Kirk Cousins don't do anything, he gets them the ball.
Because they get 13, 14 targets, and they're going to have at least 9, 10 catches.
They got 21 targets between them. And, I mean, they have no third receiver. I mean, Rudolph is there, but you know what? Minnesota's doing what they're supposed to do on offense. The defense showed up. We need to talk about Philly. Jay Ajayi tore his ACL. Now, Jay Ajayi was talking shit after the game. How you sitting there with a season-ending injury talking shit? Talking about, we ain't run the ball enough. You know what the hell? Last year we established the run.
Hey, is he lying?
I mean, he's not lying. That's a good point right there. That truth, it's not a bad thing. We're gonna talk about that a bit with Odell later on, but
yeah,
I don't know. If you got Nelson Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey combining for 6 balls and 84 yards, you're not gonna win. You're not.
Nah.
If you can't run the ball and all they got was 6 balls between them, you're not gonna win. So,
yeah,
how do you think Wentz looks? Do you think he looks healthy?
He's healthy enough to sit in the pocket and if he has time, make some things happen. But from what I'm seeing right now, at least his last game, he didn't have a whole lot of time. No. And the other thing that makes him special, at least from last year, and being able to move and run around and create things. And that's the part right now that's missing. He don't have that right now.
Hey, but weren't Lane Johnson them talking shit all year long, all summer long?
Oh, yeah. They were.
You're not the underdogs no more. People coming for you. But I think they're going to get right this week. I think they're going to beat the Giants. I'm going early saying that. So if that's getting right. But let's jump on into this Pittsburgh-Atlanta game. I'm not going to put – I'm not saying that it's a wrap for Atlanta because looking at their next few games, we're going to talk about that later. I think they got a chance to get right. But Pittsburgh jumped all over them early, and they were physical with them. I mean, I want to say I watched that first drive. I want to say it was all run plays. I don't believe they threw the ball one time on that first drive. I really don't believe they did. They took advantage of the fact that Grady Jarrett was not in the middle, which is Atlanta's star defensive tackle, and they ran the ball. They bully balled them. And
yeah, they did. Yeah.
When you're running the ball that effectively, all of a sudden, AB becomes more effective. Your passing game is more effective. And Pittsburgh beat the brakes off Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, James Conner had a good game. Like you said, man, Atlanta's defense right now, man, to put it in its proper perspective, and I saw somebody actually say this after the game, they have, and at least in this last game, at least rather, they had to play 5 people, either starting or backups or whatever. 5 people on defense played in that game that were not even on the roster week 1.
Hey.
They had a bunch of dudes that maybe was working at Lowe's last week.
Might have been them dudes working out next to you at the gym. They just got the call.
Right.
And I saw Arthur Blank came out and said he wasn't happy about it. I mean, cuz all them injuries. I mean, these are starters and stars. It's not like these is like suckers on your bench.
Right, because I don't like to blame injuries. I don't care what the team is. I don't really like to blame injuries. But at some point when you lose, when you got so many into the guys that they have, I mean, the whole middle of their defense out right now. So Grady Jarrett didn't play last week. That's your nose tackle.
Right.
Deion Jones been out. You know what I'm saying? That's your middle linebacker. Your safety, both your safeties is out.
Right.
Neal and Ricardo Allen.
Right.
Who will make – hey.
And shout out to all you suckers who still blaming Sark. They ain't put up 17 points this week, but damn, they've been putting up like 31 a game. 31 or more a game the last 3 weeks. It's not the offense. It's not. Pittsburgh's defense decided to show up this week, but I'm not counting on that. I need to see 3 weeks of that before I'm like convinced that defense is legit again. But they caught an L this week. I mean, Matt Ryan got sacked 6 times. That's not a recipe for a victory. It's not.
Right. So not with him. If he's getting hit that many times, there's problems. And I don't think they ran the ball very well, did they?
Go into that, because we talked about that on the side, and that was your main thing. Go into that about the running game.
With the Falcons?
Yeah. They're not running the ball effectively.
No, that wasn't that wasn't me. That was Buck talking about how they got 2 running backs now. All of a sudden, the offensive coordinator is confused about who to play.
I ain't trusting him on that. Now, I know we had talked on the side, and I was like, okay, well, is Quinn's seat hot? And you were like, well, they're not running the ball. They're not running the ball effectively. And truth be told, the run sets up the pass.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It sets up the pass. And now one thing I did notice in that game, and I wasn't strictly watching it on a fantasy perspective, Julio and Matt were not on the same page Sunday at all. They just weren't.
Not until late because he didn't have any catches like the whole first half, right? I don't think he caught a ball till
he got his first ball.
Right.
And like we've said time and time again, I like the fact that they spread the ball around. Atlanta is more dangerous when they spread the ball around. When they force feed Julio 15 to 20 targets, that doesn't bode well for them. So they got to find some middle ground in between there. But looking at their schedule, we'll talk about it later, I think they got a chance to get right again. Let's go into the Savages and the Chiefs. This was one of those situations where I took this game thinking I'm up a couple games. Maybe I can steal a game here. But I was okay with taking this L because the Chiefs proved something to me against a legit defense. They got it done. 30 points on the board. And they won this game. It's sad that they said that this was Mahomes' worst game of the year. 313 yards. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions, but they put up 30 points with one sack and a rushing TD.
Yeah, I was wondering how they got the points. I didn't get to see most of the games this week. I don't know whether the defense scored or they got some turnovers deep or
Blake Bortles helped them with 4 interceptions. He went back to old Blake in that game.
Okay. I see that on the sheet, and then I see 5 sacks as well. So Kansas City defense showed up this game, especially with the pressure. That this team look for real. If the defense can continue to progress, because holding Jacksonville to 14 points, that's
not really saying a lot.
Exactly. we gotta see that against a bigger opponent, and
they go find out this week.
They play the Patriots, right?
They go to Foxborough.
Okay, so that should be a good game. I don't know. I don't know what else about the Chiefs, man. They rolling right now.
They rolling, and man, Leonard Fournette's hamstring.
This was his 3rd game out?
Yeah. Well, he played last week. They brought him back, and he got hurt, immediately. So, man, his hamstrings ain't been shit since LSU.
Yeah, he'll get right.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, Green Bay. Green Bay went up to Detroit. They lost 23-31. This is one of them division games. It can go either way. But going into it, I felt like Detroit had a good chance to win this because Green Bay just isn't right. Geronimo Allison was out with a concussion. Randall Cobb was out. I don't know what he was out for. So basically, you had Devontae Adams and a couple other dudes. Well, Jimmy Graham was there. But and they really made this game interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Stafford under 200 yards, but they ran the ball. Looks like with Carrion and Blunt this week, so maybe they start giving Carrion a few more carries.
Now your boy already came out and said he's good with the amount of work he's getting.
Carrion said that?
No, Patricia said that.
Oh, okay.
Do you see the difference? 12 for 70. Cuz they had 92 yards rushing between him and Blunt. Carrion had 70 of them. But you're good with the amount of work?
You know who's got to step up and say something about that?
Carrion.
Nah.
Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
He's got to step up and say something about, all these years I've not had a running game. I've been having to throw the ball 50, 60 times. Now I got a young back. Why are we not using him?
They love Blunt, man.
He should be getting it. He should be getting at least 20 touches.
Yeah, 15 carries, 5 catches out the backfield, 20 touches. I agree.
And go from there.
100. What you think about Aaron in this game?
I didn't see the game, so I don't know. I can't just look at I can't just look at the numbers. From following the score throughout the day, they pretty much played from behind the whole time. So even though he had 442 yards, 3 touchdowns, it's a little out of whack.
That was garbage time.
Exactly, because they were just throwing.
I want to say he got strip sacked twice, and that led to like easy field position, which led to them scores. It had to be because, like you said, if Stafford only had 183 yards and they won this game, it wasn't a shootout. So
right. Yeah, so that 31-23 is a little deceiving. This was pretty much a 2-score game the whole game.
The whole game. All right, let's making good time tonight. It's Sunday night game. Let's
knock on wood, because it don't take long for us.
No, we gotta talk about this. You know what? Yeah. You've been saying for a while now. You was on it before I was. Bill O'Brien ain't shit, dog.
He sucked, man. He sucked.
He sucked. And I was like, you know what? I like them. I saw him on Hard Knocks. I kind of like him. I was wrong. People, if you watch that game on Sunday, Bill O'Brien was trying his best to get Deshaun Watson killed. He was trying his best, like the whole game. Cause I don't like to go on the stats. Look at the red zone numbers. They were 1-6. They were in the red zone 6 times and only won by 3 points.
Yeah, overtime.
What the hell?
Was it overtime?
It was overtime.
Yeah, overtime. Yeah.
And it might have not been that had that boy Sean, what's his name? Garrett, the coach. Had he had some balls,
Justin Garrett. Yeah.
Yeah. Had he went for it, you were not supposed to go to the red zone 6 times and only win by 3.
Because the one right before the half, I think,
that
where the ball
stupid.
was right on the nose of the damn goal line, and Deshaun Watson been running and taking on linebackers and shit all half.
Why?
But you won't sneak him 6 inches for a touchdown, and you get the ball back. And they would have got the ball back at the beginning of the second half. And if you score there, you up like 24-6 on Dallas. And if Dakota has to just do nothing but throw the ball, they fucked. So as a coach, that would have been my trade of thinking. I can pretty much take these motherfuckers out in 2 drives. Done.
I was hot because I ain't catch the kickoff. I was like, hold on. They got the ball at the half, and he wouldn't take the 3. They was already up. What is he doing, Deshaun?
No. I ain't mad about him not taking the 3. I know you thought he just should have took the 3, which he could have done. I'm not mad.
Up 20-6, I believe. If he would have took that 3 and kept moving at the half. Right.
I mean, but if you're gonna go for it, I don't mind going for it. But you can't call the play that he called.
Why? Why are they calling this East-West shit instead of North-South?
Please help me understand. Teams, pro, college, at all levels, I see it multiple times every single year, and I don't understand why you run to one side of the field and you cutting off half your field pretty much. It's you making it easier for the defense to guard you.
Them stretch plays with Deshaun lowering his shoulder as a quarterback. Are you fucking kidding me?
That shit wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
How many kill shots you think he took that night? I count at least 4.
How about to say? I thought it was probably more like 6. I mean, he was getting. It was crazy, man. I'm like, he is really trying to leave here on the stretcher tonight.
I was about to say you hit me like halftime, like cause Deshaun trying to leave on the stretcher.
he was like determined. I could see 1 or 2 plays. You're trying to get the first down. But no, he thought he was at Clemson.
Right, and these were legit kill shots, like. Jalen, what's his name? Smith from Notre Dame?
Yeah.
He was dropping that shoulder on him, left and right. Hey man, another game. That boy Dakota. Well, he went over 200. We can't take that from him.
Yeah, he got the 208. Give him his 8. Give him his 8.
Cause Tavon Austin, Allen Hurns, Beasley Bear, Deontay Thompson, and Gallup. They combined for 6 goddamn balls, 80 yards. And I want to say 45 of it was to Tavon on that 1 pass and 1 touchdown.
I mean, you said 6 balls in between them 2 or them 3, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5.
Okay. Dakota only completed 18 passes, and 7 of them was Zeke.
7 of them went to Zeke.
I think Gallup probably has a chance to maybe be a little do a little something for them, but it's going to depend on Dak, so that's probably going to stunt his growth.
Right.
They have to run the ball. They try to get Zeke as 20 carries, but of course Houston knows that the only thing they have is Zeke. So they were stopping the run, and once you stop the run on them and force them to pass, like I said before, they screwed.
Zeke got loose a few times, but for the most part, he was bottled up. Hey, JJ, I'm gonna leave you alone because you balling. You take that shit as long as they don't catch you, it's cool.
Hey, now speaking, hey, you right. Hey, shoot on up. What you say? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So
you ain't trying. So.
Hey man, if you on them roids, they back working.
Hey, I ain't even tripping. David and Clowney look good in this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, him being healthy, man, he's a beast, man. He's an absolute beast.
Absolutely. But 14 first downs for Dallas. They only had 292 total yards in this game. They only made it to the red zone twice. I don't blame Dak for them turnovers. Them picks was off receivers' hands, but Dak ain't that good though. He's just not.
Hey man, he is another one. They're gonna have a decision to make when it comes time to pay him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? So
I saw something before we came on. I saw something that said they were talking about on ESPN. They were saying the next $100 million contracts to be handed out. Some dude said that they would hand him $100 million. I'm gonna ask you what you think. Would you give him $100 million, Dak, or Jameis?
Well, a couple things got to happen. The salary cap is got to have to increase by like $50 million. $100 million gonna have to be like what the bottom tier quarterbacks make.
Let's make it easy. Let's make it easy. You know how we do. You got one game to win.
I'm going Jameis. Between them two, I'm going with Jameis all day. You know what I'm saying? It'll be Jameis before Dak that I give the $100 million to. Now that's not even a question right there. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Because one thing I ain't worried about with Jameis is the dog. You know what I'm saying?
You got dog in him.
I ain't got to worry about that. I just got to calm his ass down a little bit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? With Jameis.
Right.
But
100. Absolutely.
Let's before we get off track, let me go back to this Dallas game. This for me, I want to say is the first time, or if it's not the first time, it's the first time in a hell of a long time that I've heard Jerry publicly criticize, Jason Garrett.
Yeah, that was surprising.
So when Jerry come out and say, hey, we were being outplayed, basically we were scared to go forward on the 4th down call, and we got to do that. If Jason Garrett ain't never thought his seat been hot, the shit is hot now. Because when Jerry come out and he say shit like that,
you right on that.
He mean that shit.
You think they should have went for it?
Hell yeah, they should have went for it.
Yeah, but didn't Zeke lose yards to play before that?
Hey man, let me stop playing. I really don't know. I'm just riding the wave. I was on the couch and it was late Sunday. I was nodding on and off, so I missed that play.
Yeah, Zeke had lost yards to play before that. So, I don't know. You're right though. That was the first time I can recall that he ever criticized Garrett. That's the first time.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to do some things differently. I don't know what they can do differently. To tell you the truth, because the offense is what it is. Defense, and it's funny because for once they actually got a decent defense.
Yeah, they got a solid defense.
All the Romo years.
No defense.
No defense, really.
I saw Allen Hurns came out and said that they're open on the majority of the plays, the wide receivers at least. So that means Dakota's not getting y'all the ball.
Oh,
that's y'all fault. I believe that's the wide receiver's fault. Y'all need to run y'all routes 5 to 7 yards down the field. That's it, because he ain't throwing the ball down the field. So that's on y'all.
Well, Well, I'll tell you what, shit don't get no easier this week
Hell no.
because they got to
No,
play
sir.
Jacksonville.
No, sir.
Because they got to play Jacksonville.
And they coming off a L.
Mm.
So good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and it's in Dallas too.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Ramsey gonna want to stunt.
Who he gonna be on? Beasley Bear?
It don't even
Hurts?
matter. It don't even matter.
Don't even matter. That's a day off for him.
It's a day off for all of them. Boye,
The whole team.
you know,
Blake
but-
Bortles need to show up. I mean,
but
like that
they
need to be
gon-
a topic around week 8. I know you said week 8 is a good spot, and I agree with you, but we need to have that like second half. Who need to step up list? Blake Bortles, you need to step up, cuz
absolutely.
this shit can't work. All right, big dog. We down to these tidbits before we get up out of here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1-4 teams who had a legit shot at the playoffs. I didn't put the your 49ers or the Cardinals because they're playing for a draft pick. Colts,
Right.
Raiders, Giants, and Atlanta. Which team gets right first? I got their next 4 games on here for you.
All right, Colts, Raiders, Giants, and the Falcons. Let's see. The Colts taking on the Jets, Bills, Raiders, and Jacksonville.
They should go 2-2, hopefully.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. We'll see. That's the ceiling right there, though. 2-2 is
Mm-hmm.
probably they don't want to do no worse than that. The
Absolutely.
Raiders got the Seattle Colts, 49ers, and the Chargers. The Raiders actually have a chance to get right if they're going to do it.
Seattle, that first game, and they play hard there.
It's in Seattle.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch going to be back, and that's going to be a good game.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's going to be a good game. And if the Raiders, if they can somehow kind of win that game, and then you got the Colts and the 49ers, followed by the Chargers, who knows? If they're going to turn the corner, it's going to be this stretch of games right here, I think that's a good stretch of games.
Absolutely.
The Giants got the Eagles, Atlanta, Washington, 49ers. They screwed until they get to us. Well, you know what? I don't know because the Falcons defense ain't hitting on shit right now.
Because they're going to lose the next 3 games.
The Giants?
Yeah.
The way the Eagles secondary playing right now, who going to stop Odell? Who going to stop Sterling Shepard?
Even if Odell goes off, I like the weapons on the Eagles. It might be 41-38. They're going to lose the next 3 games.
Are we talking about the Eagles this year or the Eagles last year?
This year.
Because the Eagles this year, we just got through talking about them. They ain't doing shit.
I think they should have been blowed out in that game Sunday. They should have been. It went 23-21. Yeah, when they played the Vikings. They finished 23-21.
Right.
I mean, they showed signs of life in the second half. Now, they don't have a running game. They don't. But, I mean, what kind of run? Well, you got Saquon. But Saquon ain't going to run on that defense. It's not people getting loose in the running game. It's the passing game. I don't like what I've seen from the Giants this year. I really don't.
Even though they almost beat y'all except for a 64-yard field goal.
Man, that one pass that Odell caught, that was on 2 dudes, and that was the grace of God that he caught that ball. Cam helped them with them two interceptions. He helped them.
Okay.
2
but
terrible.
I'm just saying, even though they didn't win that game, they at least starting to put points on the board. So that could, that could springboard them. Even though they're not playing good this year, it's enough talent on this team where some people, actually myself included, I don't know if I picked them for the division.
I picked them for the division, so if I'm jumping off, I mean, but think about it this way. Well, they got rid of Eric Flowers today, so that's a win. But
maybe that's the bad juju that they needed to get out of there.
Technically. But you talk about Eli Manning sitting back there in that Statue of Liberty pose, and you got this defense hunting. I'm thinking they're gonna win this game. Atlanta, they should lose in Atlanta. Washington's a gimme. Now,
I guess. Okay, so I got you, but this is okay. So this is how I'm looking at it.
Go ahead.
At the fact that the Eagles game that's a division game, and sometimes with that little rivalry, you can kind of throw the records out the window, especially if they even right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they both got issues there. Like I said, Atlanta defense is trash.
Beyond trash.
You know what I'm saying? So that could be a shootout game. And by the time you get to Washington, who knows, how far down they're going to be. if they win the next couple games.
So that's another 2-2 ceiling.
Right. I'm just saying there's enough talent on the team where they could possibly turn a corner here. They kind of like the Raiders. They playing like shit right now, but if they're gonna make a move to try to show some life, it's got to be now.
Right now.
I guess I'm banking on that. But the biggest,
I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin if I'm dead wrong and they win on Thursday. I'll take it because but like you said, division games are totally different. Totally different. They might go in there and ball against them. They might go in there and do that, but they also Eli might go in there.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
short week.
Yeah, that's a tough part. So that's an added advantage for Philly.
Right. Philly coming off a loss to the team that they beat to go to the Super Bowl, and they was in that game late, but they got to figure out their running game. I mean, something got to shake. Is
it too many at this point in the season? It's week 6, going into week 6.
Yeah.
It's too many teams without identities right now.
Whole lot of.
For it to be this late, getting, you know what I'm saying, to this point in the season. That's.
What would you say is the Giants' identity?
Hope Eli don't get sacked and win a shootout. I don't know. I haven't actually sit down and watched a full game with them in a couple weeks.
What would you say is Philly's identity?
They really don't have one right now. I honestly, because Wentz he still ain't right. He's only been back 2 games.
2 games.
2 games. Like you said, they don't have a run game. Alshon just getting back into the mix.
I agree.
The defense is the secondary ain't hitting on shit right now. They don't have an identity right now. So
this is another one of them 50-50 games. But all right, what you got with Atlanta? I know we stopped on the Giants. Or did you go through Atlanta?
No, I didn't. Atlanta got Tampa, Giants, Skins, and the Browns, so they got the best chance to get right. I was actually talking to a coworker of mine. They should be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna see about that. It's 1-4. I believe Atlanta does have the best chance as well. All right, let's wrap this thing on up. Conor McGregor got his ass whooped again Saturday. You got anything on that?
Nah, I don't really watch UFC too much. I saw the brawl after the fight, so that was, I guess, interesting or entertaining. But I hear they already talking about a rematch.
Yeah, it kind of falls in the line with what happened with Diaz. Remember, he fought him. Diaz whooped his ass first fight. Then second fight, Conor miraculously won. But hey. All right, last story before we get up out of here. Minnesota turned down a trade for Josh Richardson, the first-round pick. February is going to be here before you know it. I thought Miami was offering a bit more than this. So it's like I don't want to blame them, Minnesota, for not taking this. The main thing I like about this trade for Minnesota is that he's under contract for 3 more years. And he averaged 13, 4, and 3 with the not good team. But I don't know what they're doing in Minnesota. I don't.
As far as why they haven't traded Jimmy yet?
You lose leverage by the day. And, you can go into the season with him. He said he's not going to miss no regular season games. He said that. So he'll be out there with Cat and Wiggins figuring it out next week, presumably.
Right. Well, that's probably why Tibbs is hoping something, either a better deal comes about or maybe he can get Jimmy to have a change of heart. But and at some point you do have to get rid of him, so that you can kind of use that trade deadline as a finish line, so to speak. You got to get something done before the end, so you don't necessarily have to jump the gun right now. Maybe a couple of these teams, start out the gate.
What would you offer? I can't ask you that question because I know how you move, but what would you offer?
I don't know. It depends on the team. It's in the NBA draft picks. I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna say they're not important, but a first round pick in the NBA, unless it's lottery, ain't the same as a first round pick in NFL.
Right.
So
I'd offer him a 12 and some queso dip.
Yeah. Most of your packages, your best packages in the NBA are going to be centered around actual players.
Right.
Whereas NFL, you want some trades that's got nice draft picks, a nice draft pick package. So
yeah, but at this stage, why would you touch him if you ain't got a guarantee he gonna resign?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. Or like as I was going to say, some of these teams may want to see how they kind of start out, and if they see a Jimmy Butler as a piece that's going to put them over the top, like the Lakers, then you got pieces. I mean, let's just take them for example, right quick. The Lakers.
Yeah.
So let's say that Kawhi starts liking Toronto, and he starts hinting that maybe he might actually just stay in Toronto. It's possible. And maybe the Warriors go ahead and give Clay an early extension. All right, so now he off the table. You start to lose
below market value because Clay is determined to give them a discount.
Right, below market value. Right. So now Clay's off the table. So your biggest wing players starting to come off the market, and the Lakers are looking for one of them guys next year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Jimmy Butler, let's say Jimmy Butler. He's probably going to be the next best one out of those.
Yeah, he's it. Yeah.
You might have to go ahead and offer up what, Ingram? No, not Ingram.
Kuzma and a draft pick.
Kuz and a pick, or a Hart, Kuz and a draft pick, some kind of combination of Kuz and Hart, and go ahead and get Jimmy Butler there now.
I heard something the other day. I know I don't want to ramble. We got to get up out of here, but are we overvaluing how good Jimmy is? I think Jimmy's really good.
Yeah, but you can't just value. For me, at least, I can't just look at his talent, just what he is. I also got to take into consideration what he's going to add to a team to take them to the next level. If you
like Jimmy a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at what Jimmy brings. For me, Jimmy Butler's biggest asset for me is his defense.
Yeah, he got dog in him.
Yeah. So if you put him on the Lakers, that means LeBron ain't got a guard, ain't got to be bodying and wrestling with motherfuckers all night. Brandon Ingram little ass ain't got to be bodying up and wrestling with motherfuckers all night. Jimmy gonna take that physical wing or the best wing. That's gonna be his role on the defensive end. So that's gonna free, LeBron and them up to do other shit, pay passing lanes, run the floor, do all that. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Jimmy and valuing Jimmy. I'm not looking for him to be the number one dude and try to carry a team and build around him. To me, I don't think that's really him.
I don't either.
I think he's a valuable high number two.
But Jimmy's seeking 5 years, 190. Would you handle
that? He gonna get that. I don't know about 190 if you come into a team that's already got somebody making that. I don't know about that, but
I think that's what Minnesota could have gave him. I'm not sure, but I like Jimmy. So we're gonna see. It's crazy the NBA season starts like next week.
I mean, he's worked the max deal. If you're asking that, he's worked the max deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, all right, that's all I got.
All right. Well, good people, we appreciate y'all tuning in to us. I got down to the corner. This is backwash now in my brew, so it's definitely time to ride out.
Ooh, boy.
All right. Hey, tell the people where to reach you at on social media.
At RK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right. You can holler at your boy at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter. Also, check out the AA Sportscast Facebook, Twitter, IG page. Always some good content on there. Also, that's where the shows pop up at. But go ahead and subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, iTunes platform, and on Spreaker on 1, 2, or all 3 of those platforms. So you can make sure you get that content and make sure you share that with your friends. So for your boy, Diego Barishnikov, Uncle Hate, it's AA Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We up out of here. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Peace.